Okay, we've got to talk about the amazing interview with Dylan Borland, the UFO whistleblower that testified before Congress. This amazing interview he had with George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell on Weaponized, where he dropped some real juicy bombshells. So let's talk about it. Get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below. And by the way, of course, I will link to this interview and I encourage you to watch the full thing. I'm not going to go through it all, but I'll play some of the juiciest bits. He begins with giving a rundown of his background, his part in the war on terror, and so on. Oh, and by the way, if you try to make a drinking game of every time it says redacted when he says something, you will be dead. So do not make that a drinking game. But yeah, all right. So here he is describing in a little bit more detail the incident where he saw the UFO at the NASA hangar.
On my phone, smoking a cigarette, and I see a white light pop up from the NASA hangar. It comes up about 100 feet and stops. I know it was the NASA hangar because I have
redacted.
At 1:32 in the morning on a weeknight, it was a Tuesday, Wednesday night, I am positive it came from there because I've
redacted.
And in my mind, I think, oh, weather balloon test. You're testing some
redacted.
No big deal. So this white light pops up and stops 100 feet. I light my cigarette. I finish my cigarette. It's about 6-7 minutes after. That's about how long it takes to smoke a cigarette. And I start walking towards the flight line. As I'm walking up towards the light to go to the track on my left, the white light flies across the flight line to me. And it flies right across the flight line to me. And as it flies, it's 100 to 150 foot equilateral triangle appears right over me, 100 feet above me, 100 feet in front of me. The triangle had black metallic flake paint. I'm a car guy, and it looked like that expensive, like classic look, like you could see the light glisten off of it. Equilateral triangle, I could only see the bottom in angles. It was a 90-degree right angle all around. I could not see the top of it. There were 4 lights.
Now he goes into a lot more detail in this section and also later on in the video, but I will let you watch the full video to find out all the really fascinating details about this encounter. But the question that everybody wants to know, is this thing ours or is it theirs?
I'm under it, and the first thought in my mind is literally, okay, so this is real too. Like, I've been in
redacted.
So I had access to things, and I'm like, okay, another thing that's real.
Ours, ours.
I would initially suspect so. I mean, it was on the base due to things that I found out, having been in government for long enough and knowing certain truths and having been through the whistleblower process and understanding questions and why they're asked and how they're asked, I am now of the opinion that what I saw was not ours.
Not ours, not human. Meaning this is NHI technology coming from a NASA hangar at Langley. Is this the control group continuing its relationship with beings as they have, throughout the decades? That's certainly what it sounds like. It also hints to a stronger involvement by NASA than may have been previously suspected. They've run interference for the control group. They've suppressed information and covered things up. And they've performed secret rituals, but it's always been unclear how deep they were in the machinations of the control group itself. Well, if there's a UFO, a freaking NHI UFO coming from a NASA hangar at Langley, probably pretty deeply involved. It's also, of course, interesting that this is at Langley, where there was a lot of mystery drone activity, including one that went down over Langley and was retrieved, seized by the military. Yeah, they know what these things are. Whatever the mystery drones are, they know what those are. Was some of that activity triggered by this possible NHI involvement with, factions that work at Langley? Again, unclear. It's also really interesting that he says, "Oh, this is real too." What does that mean? Okay, so aliens are real too? What else is real, Dylan Borland? Bigfoot? What are we talking about? Loch Ness Monster? What is real? Paranormal stuff? Skinwalkers? What exactly is he referring to? At another point in the interview, he refers to or alludes to having experienced or been witness to or privy to information about other interesting stuff as well. He doesn't go into any details about that, unfortunately. Dylan also talks about harassment of whistleblowers.
There's a difference between being disgruntled and me being disgruntled and me be releasing everything, names, locations, places, crimes that were committed, sexual assaults I'm aware of, stalking I'm aware of, brake lines being cut. It would be me releasing all of that. And I'm not doing that. I am doing that because this needs to be told. The people that are in these programs and the decision makers at Congress and the executive branch owe it to the American people, to the whistleblowers, to the veterans, to the service members, to tell the truth in the capacity they can, because this is coming out no matter what. And when it does, if they are not a part of it, this is going to be a lot worse than it already is.
Wow, that's just incredible and shocking and horrible. Obviously, some people need to face justice for what they've done. Now, pay attention to this next part because it also pertains to what he knows about UFOs.
So you have direct knowledge of UAP being actual craft of unknown or non-human origin. From your official capacity of work, you have some direct knowledge of that?
100%. Not only do I have it, I testified to it. I provided materials proving it, and it was proven to me that what I provided was in fact true.
Who did you testify to? List them out.
Senate staff, House staff, Aero, and the ICIG.
Under oath.
Under oath. FBI was there. The ICIG was there. The DOD was there at points in time. Staff members from armed services, intelligence. Basically, I went through the whole kit and caboodle to tell the truth and get this on record because I have grave concerns for what is happening to people.
Is there
100% proof of aliens.
something else in between that thing that you saw that went psh, other experiences, things that you saw either as a citizen or while working for the government that you want to share with us?
There are many. I think as of this time, what I will say is this. I have direct first-hand knowledge and exposure to crash recovery, reverse engineering, integration of technology into
Redacted.
as well as the most important piece of technology on the planet, and it's not the craft themselves.
It would be the power source.
You can make that assessment yourself.
The power source, potentially the most powerful thing, but not the craft itself. Now, I would assume that the power source would be part of the craft, but let me know what you think. Maybe the craft is tapping into a power source, like a 0-point energy, something like that, so that it's not actually part of the craft itself. That's just fascinating. I would love to know what he means by that. I would love to know all about his various experiences and information. Maybe we'll get more of that as time goes by. I really hope so. This is part 1 of a multi-part interview, so we're going to get a part 2 soon. Again, I can't wait for that. Another really interesting thing that he talks about is BAE, which is the British aerospace company that is very powerful, and it is their Lockheed. It was Marconi, the Marconi company, or absorbed the Marconi company, which of course was founded by the famous Marconi of Italy, who studied the Mussolini UFO in the 1930s. So they likely have had some knowledge or awareness or even material from UFOs since the 1930s. BAE acquired that most likely and is heavily involved and is definitely an active part of the UFO control group from my best information. It's also noteworthy that the Marconi murders occurred in the 90s before it was acquired by BAE, where top-level scientists at the Marconi company were being mysteriously found dead. And yeah, Dylan worked for them until something went wrong and he found out that he was working for them illegally. Then he doesn't go into a lot of detail about that. Maybe we'll get more detail in part 2, but it was a fascinating interview. I encourage everybody to go watch the full thing. Let me know what you think about it all in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. Love to see you guys there. If you want to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, consider grabbing a coffee mug or a t-shirt in the merch store below, or by becoming a channel member. Channel members are rock stars, and I really do appreciate you guys' support. Thank you. Meanwhile, there's plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.